How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we're going to be talking about Tesla stock. We're going to go over it in detail and look at exactly at what prices did Elon Musk sell his shares. We all know that he agreed to sell 10% of his shares after he did the Twitter poll. We're going to go over in detail and look at the SEC forms and look at exactly now what date did he sell and what to expect for the company now since we have the majority of his shares basically sold. We're going to go over it in detail, talk about the price prediction, what the market cap is going to be in the future. We're going to go over it in detail. We're going to talk about it in this video coming up. As you can see over here, we have the overall stock market that went down today, especially the big multi-trillion dollar companies like Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, they all went down except for Tesla. When you look at it, Tesla was up 4.34%. Everybody was expecting that Elon Musk was going to be dumping shares, and everybody was trying to front run him and etc. Make advantage of it. Short sellers coming in to make money, a quick buck here and there. Option sellers, option buyers, put option buyers, etc. Everybody wanted to make money off of this massive move that was about to happen after the tweet came out. As you can see right here, the first dip that we saw over here was slightly lower. It's only a 7% drop. And this is exactly when Elon Musk actually sold his shares. So when you go over and look at exactly where and what time he specifically sold his shares, you can look at exactly that on November 8th, the sale happened, and this form actually got filed with the SEC at 6:28 p.m. And we also have, another form that filed, similar form that filed for Tesla stock CEO selling his shares. As you can see over here, insider relationship with the CEO, which owns 10% ownership. We also know some of the board members and even his brother actually sold a few days ago. When you look at exactly some of the sales and exactly what price that he sold, the average price for Elon Musk shares for 676,812 shares, the average price that he sold is $1,185.89. And we also have 257,279 shares sold at a price of $1,164.95. And the total amount is more than $800 million for the first one. Second one, more than $200 million, close to $300 million. So the majority of it happened right around over here. And as you can see over here, this day, we had this massive drop that happened, and he took advantage of it. And when you look at exactly and go in detail to see when he specifically sold, what prices, you can go to the website over here, which is secforms4.com. And you can go to see exactly what prices he got filled and some of the options that he still owns. So there's still a portion of the shares that he still owns. So we will see there's going to be more SEC filings coming out in the next few days. So I'm going to talk about it in the next few videos coming up in the near future. But make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, of course, if you want to stay up to date. But now let's talk about what's going to happen for Tesla stock. So we have this massive drop that happened. We went all the way from $1,243 all the way down to below $1,000 today. We actually went below $1 trillion market cap, but it got quickly bought back up. So the technical analysts and some people was also predicting that it could potentially drop all the way down to over here where there's a gap. There's a technical gap that happened over here. So the majority of the time, if you use technical analysis or if you see the charts, these kind of gaps tends to get filled in the near future. These kind of gaps actually get filled. So people are expecting maybe potentially can drop over here. And a lot of people were excited. If Tesla can drop below all the way down to $900, they're going to be able to come and buy it. But now the selling is kind of over. The other thing that we need to also watch out for is that the overall stock market is actually going down because of some inflation numbers that was slightly higher than expected. So we might potentially see some kind of selling pressure happen in the near future if the overall stock market tends to go down. But people are excited. They want to buy Tesla stock. They can't get enough of it. But what to expect for the near future? Can Tesla stock double? Right now we're sitting at $1.06 trillion. So we're going to watch a video about exactly what to expect for Tesla stock and how it could potentially hit $2 trillion market cap in the near future. So let's check it out.
Transition. And just quickly regarding Tesla and its valuation, it is, as someone who takes a very measured approach to valuation, it seems absurd that we're at $1 trillion And what may seem more hard to believe is I believe this can be a $2.5 trillion company. And let me just quickly frame that in 5 years. Granted, it's a ways away, but this can be, we can go from 70 billion to 400 billion in revenue, a 6.5 multiple on that, which is hardware, software services, Apple-like multiple is that $2,500 stock. And so I think there's still room for upside with Tesla. I think we're going to be having this conversation for years to come.
Gene, I want you to react to that, but I want to ask you, I'm sorry, Gordon, I want to ask you a separate question, which is you seem to dismiss the Hertz news. And I think a number of Tesla investors look at that Hertz news and say, you know what, for Hertz to do this, they're going to have to build out a lot more infrastructure. And once you get that infrastructure, you get lock-in. It's all about lock-in. So it's not just a one-time story. It makes it actually much more difficult the next time Hertz has to make a decision between buying more Teslas or buying somebody else's vehicle. They pick Tesla. Do you not agree with that?
No, I agree with that, and I don't agree with that. Let me explain why. So first of all, again, we don't know what the terms are on this deal. Typically, first of all, when an auto company sells to a rental car company, typically that's done from a point of weakness, not strength, because you have to do it at a discount, and you also have to basically buy those cars back after a number of years. Number one. Number two, it's only 100,000 cars rumored. We don't know the full terms of the deal. That's a one-time purchase. That's $500 million. The company has added $200 billion in market cap. And then number three, when you say they have to build infrastructure, all of these charging networks are open up to all cars. So I think that's important. And I want to address what Gene said when he says just look at the numbers. I would argue the same thing. Listen, in the third quarter, for the first time ever, BYD sold more electric cars than Tesla, battery electric cars in China. And globally, in the third quarter, for the first time, VW sold more electric cars than Tesla. And Tesla only sold 241,000 cars in Q3. GM sells 2 million. Toyota sells, 2.7 million. And Tesla's, so their sales increased by 41,000 cars, and they're only going to increase those sales by roughly 13,000 cars in the fourth quarter. So you're talking about traditional automakers selling millions of cars versus Tesla selling 241,000 cars, and that growth slowing materially. Market share, Europe, their market share has dropped from 33% to 12%. The U.S., their market share has dropped from 86% to 66% with no competition. And China, their market shares went from 23% to 11%. So when you see competition coming, they're losing market share. So this idea that they have this significant upside, the numbers actually speak completely different to that. So when Gene says they're going to go to millions of cars sold, the numbers just don't support that. And again, when you sell to a rental fleet, any automotive analyst will tell you, Tesla is a car company. It's not a software company. 95% of their revenues come from selling cars. Their other two divisions are hemorrhaging cash and have for quarters. When you talk to an auto analyst, selling cars to a rental car company from an automotive perspective is done from a point of weakness, not strength. So I think they do have demand problems. I think we're going to see that play out through 2022. They have no new cars, and they have a ton of competition coming. So I don't think you're going to see this tremendous growth in their auto sales. And I also think they recognize some of those sales from the Hertz deal in Q3, which is why the numbers surprised to the upside. Let's see what happens in Q4.
So there's massive potential for Tesla stock. Let me know in the comment section below if you actually bought in the dip right around over here. If you're expecting more dip to come in the near future with the overall stock market going down, are you excited to buy the dip? Let me know in the comment section below. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. But I catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.